before we get into trust, because I really want to talk about that, your first feature, step back to Chapman a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I want to kind of understand like where you've developed from that moment, like being a collegiate actress, like you're in the theater program, right? Are there relationships that you still have from Chapman? Like obviously you mentioned Danny and Nicholas. Did you meet them there? Or
I did. And actually it's so funny to think about college because if you're in such a bubble and it feels, and Hollywood's a bubble too, you just start to realize like things are small, but like if it's not working in this bubble, there are other bubbles. So when I was at Chapman, I auditioned to get into the theater program with this big goal. And I had a theater scholarship, but I quickly realized it just wasn't my vibe. I didn't really resonate with the teachers. It seemed like a lot of like the things that they were teaching us as actors maybe could serve somebody else. But for me, I was like, you're giving us these exercises where like, I can't walk into a room and do this like seizure shake on the floor before I go into an audition. I'm going to get kicked out of the room. Like, I don't see how these things benefit me. And maybe I was a little closed off to that experience, but I think I was like, I'm here to get on set. And like, I have an agent already. And like, I want to build up a portfolio. So I immediately started auditioning for films at the film school. And I realized it started to become a conflict of interest when I was missing class to like do films, which I thought was the whole...
Missing class to go to class? No.
Basically, yeah. I was like, oh, I thought the teachers would be flexible and understanding around this.
Yeah.
And
they're like, no, you need to be here to get your credit for this course. Like,
And I remember there was one teacher who had me stand in the center of a room and was like, I'd never pay money to watch you perform. And I started laughing and he just basically went off on me until I started crying. He went, see, that's acting. And I think that really clicked in my head. That closed me down to be like, no, that's not acting. That's like trying to just pick me apart. And like, maybe that works for some people. Didn't work for me. And immediately I was just like, I smell bullshit from these people. So like, I think a lot of the other students were really invested in what the teachers had to say. And I was not going the extra mile to like get to know the teachers. Because for me, the benefit was getting to know the filmmakers, getting to learn what it's like to be on set. Because like, I can learn all this stuff in a classroom, but I've realized like auditioning is a separate art than actually being on set and acting, because you're having to hit your mark, move your hand the same way, do these things. And like, you can't really learn how to do that unless you're actually on set. So I did get a lot of valuable experience doing that. But I think the difference between me then and me now is I remember how heavy it felt when I couldn't get into the Screen Actors program. And I remember being like, I should just quit. I suck. I'm one of the only ones who didn't get in. And then
And you didn't get in because you weren't willing to do a seizure on the floor, you know?
Yeah, and then I ended up getting like an equity theater audition in LA that I tried to skip, and the director contacted me and was like, I liked your stuff. Why didn't you come? You should come audition. Man. So I decided, I was like, I'm going to go audition for this play. If I don't get it, I'm done acting. And then I ended up getting the play, and I was like, I think that's what I needed to like reset. Now I feel like I'm so used to the rejection that it's easier to not take it personally, that I know, like, again, that like acting on set is a different art than acting in auditions, and so much of it is out of your control that like, yeah, I still get a little wound up if I get auditions. They're so infrequent now that I'm like, I need this one. But I think as I age, I give less fucks in general across the board. So, and I know I put the work in, and I know there are other opportunities to tell stories besides just this standard way. And that, like, if one circle doesn't work, or I like screw up so badly in one audition, they never bring me back, fine, I'll find another circle to go to.
And when we're younger, though, we also make the mistake of thinking that we know it all, right?
Totally.
So, we're a little naive in that sense, and we don't see the big picture when obviously, like, maybe some of those, maybe not all the professors, but some of the professors kind of like, hey, there's a process to this. Like, you know, you may be more advanced than other students than this, but like go through the process that we can help you get to this next step and this next step or whatever it may be.
And also, I think I've learned now to be a little more open-minded, because maybe the teachers did have something valuable to say that I just was closed off to. I think I also have realized that like you can be the best at your craft and go nowhere if you don't have the business mindset. Yeah. And for me, that's been the biggest lesson, is like I can spend every day cranking out, working on my craft, but if I can't even get in the door, it's not gonna go anywhere. And like, how do I maintain the joy of the art with also like having that business knowledge. So
and also the fact of like going to an audition and knowing like maybe you're not going to get it, or even if you don't get it, understanding that person or that casting agent or whoever's in the room is going to work on other projects.
Right.
And maybe you're not the right fit for this one, but you're going to be the right fit for the next one. And maybe that's why that person was like, hey, what the heck? Why didn't you come to this audition? Like, I really like you. I saw your tape and I was waiting for you. Like I was about to choose someone else if I didn't call you. Right. Like, so. And
also redefining success. Like back then I was like, if I don't book this thing, if I don't book that thing, I'm a failure. And now I'm like, I think it's a success that I made a short with my friends, or that I'm like writing. Like, what can I control? Because there's so much you can't control. And I think it's easy to get caught up in that and feel like you're sitting around. So now I try to focus more on the things that are in my control.
Thanks for spending your time with us today on the More For Me and You podcast. If you've made it to the end, we appreciate you. Now, go do us a quick favor. Please like, comment, and share this episode. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode with the incredible guests we have coming up. You can also follow us at Momi2 Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. Oh, and for your next movie night, check out the Momi2 app. It's free and packed with amazing movies and shows you've probably never seen. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the pod.